Yo, what's good, man? This is the EC Pinch Out Podcast with your host, Glory Boy.
And it's your girl, Alex. What's up, y'all?
Yes, sir. Come on, man. Come on.
Energy.
I know y'all missed us.
I know.
They missed us so much.
They missed us. I'm sorry. We apologize.
We apologize, man. We're just being so locked in, doing other things. As you know, we got a lot of great stuff coming your way. And one of them is today, too. You know, like today's conversation is going to be really very insightful. You know, it's going to be really, really good. I'm hoping for y'all to go ahead and comment below based on what y'all think about today's conversation.
Tell us what's your viewpoints.
Exactly.
Disagree, agree, let us know.
Exactly. We want you guys to do that. Definitely. So, yeah, how you doing today, Alex?
I'm feeling splendor.
I'm
feeling great. How are you feeling, Glory?
I'm feeling splendorera.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Thank you for asking. I mean, one thing that I hate about this city is just the weather, man. The weather is killing us.
You're right. I almost got caught up in seasonal depression for a second. Like the air tried to get me again.
Man, as you also know, like we just reached this is the second day of spring or the third day of spring, and we had snow. I just don't get it. Like, can we at least, you know?
Could we at least, like, come on. Like, the groundhog tricked us. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. I seen somebody say on Facebook, the groundhog was actually his brother. Yeah, that's not the right groundhog that came out during the springtime. That's the wrong groundhog. Because why is it snowing?
We don't know, man. But, yeah, man, so in today's topic, we're actually going to be focusing on a lot of issues within our communities. And the major issue is basically just people just having kids randomly, you know. It's something that's killing us. I mean, you're just having kids randomly, which is killing us economically. It's killing us just in terms of like having a community full of people that grow up in a stable families, you know, that can grow up and make a difference. We're also lacking that in some places.
They're trying to get, well, not they, but it seems like the nuclear home is starting to fall apart.
Exactly.
Like, families are no longer family anymore, you guys.
That's crazy, man. But yeah, so now, I mean, the first thing that we're going to move on is the first topic of the day. It's going to be Drea. For those that know Drea, she's been trending. Trending lately because Drea was basically impregnated by at 21 years old, NBA athlete, who is the same age as her son. That is insane, bro. That is insane. You know, that is crazy. What's your take on that?
What you doing? My take, if my child, me personally, I have to keep saying that for y'all in the back, but for me personally, if my child was to come home with a lady my age, I'm looking at this lady like she's crazy, and me and her is going to have to duke up. Because what do you want to do with my child? What does my child have to offer to you?
I don't even know like what she was thinking, but I feel like one thing that actually maybe was one thing that encouraged her to doing that is because he's an NBA athlete, basically, and he has a lot of money.
Got that money,
He's young, so he has a long career, so he's going to be making so much money going forward. He's a great player as well, for what I've heard so far. So
you seen that one dunk?
Yeah, he's a
great joint from way back.
He's a great player, yep. And I mean, I think let's say if he was broke, okay? If he was broke, or just a young college, young
college
dude,
man, yeah.
You know, do you think she would have proceeded?
Nope.
Exactly. So I feel like it's the money also that's involved. You know, it's not just her liking the guy, because we do have a video that I'm gonna play for you guys where she was on the Shades Room. She was being interviewed. Let's actually play this so that way you guys can listen to it. and then we can speak more about it. All right.
Any more kids, or are you done?
Oh yeah, I want more kids.
Like how many?
Like one, I think.
So like the person you're
I don't know.
dating, you see like a future with them?
I think the question you were asking me is if I wanted more kids, and I feel like I want more kids, and
Yeah.
I feel like at this point in my life, right?
Yeah.
The relationship is amazing to have, right? But that's not what I'm basing having a kid on, because
Right.
I'm very non-traditional. I feel like you can co-parent without being in a relationship. Maybe just two people say, "Hey, you want a kid? I want a kid. Let's just have a kid, and like let's just see."
Really? So you would
I'm
do
very
that?
like free spirit. I'm very open.
Yo, man, y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? What do you think about that video itself? I mean, that's her saying it. It's not AI. First of all, it's her saying that she was being interviewed on the Shades Room. So tell me like exactly what do you think about that like itself?
So first thing I'm gonna say is that we do respect the individual's choices. At the end of the day, she is a grown woman who has the right to make whatever choices she wants to do with raising a child. Okay, now that's cleared out the way. It's not about you at all when this child comes into this world.
Yep.
It's not even about your wants and needs.
Preach.
At all. It goes now all to this child. And I think we can all agree that co-parenting could bring out successful children. Absolutely. There's many children that came out of even single mother household, single father household who came out to be great, but that is not the majority. The majority ends up having some type of emotional damage or emotional baggage, insecurities about themselves, all of these things. Before I say anything else, tell me how you feel about this, like concerning that tape.
Concerning that video we just watched, basically my take on that is I just feel like she just want to have a kid just to have a kid, but also she doesn't have like that that goal in life, okay, or she doesn't have the idea in life where like, okay, is my kid going to be happy? Like, do I want my kid to be happy, to be supported? You know, because a lot of people tend to forget that when kids are raised in a family house, when kids are raised by both parents, they're more likely to be more happier than kids that's raised by themselves. I mean, studies showed that. You know, studies showed that, because then that kid have two support systems instead of one. You know, if they want something, if they want to know something about men, if they're a boy, boom, they have a father available. If they want to know something about women, they have a mother available. Yes, she did say she gonna co-parent, but at the end of the day, it's like you still breaking that cycle of raising a kid in a family house. You know, you still destroying that beauty of just being traditional. Like she says, she don't want to be traditional at all.
She says she's non-traditional. She's free-spirited.
Exactly.
Hey, nothing wrong with being free-spirited, girl. I think I'm free-spirited in a way. You know, I think I'm free from any, you know, but come on, free. She said, I just want to. The way she said it was so last days ago. Like, yeah, it's just like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she
like,
enjoys it.
like she was just like, it was so like a child is coming into this world, which brings a whole lot of focus, a lot of concentration to this child. Talking about co-parenting, like, let's talk about the work that comes with co-parenting. You guys would have to have shared values and guidelines for raising this child, so you'll be able to provide stability for this child, right? You would have to have emotional, like you have to understand your child may go through emotional problems because they're going in and outside of the house. They don't even have one home. They don't even have one place to call them home. And then we could talk about how you might jump into another relationship. You got you a new boo. How would your child feel about that? You know, hey, this is your life too, but you have now brought another experience to join your experience in this world, you know?
Exactly. And another thing I'm gonna say, not everybody's obligated to get married and have a kid within like a marriage, you know, like not everybody is obligated, but at least have a kid. You can have a fiance, a girlfriend, boyfriend, but make sure you stay together in some way. And I understand things happen, people break up.
Things do happen.
and
That's one
so
thing I
on.
want to say.
People break it. So there's good and bad to it, you know. And another thing that I want to say is the crazy thing about today's generation, people tend to embrace that, you know, like people tend to embrace that being a single parent is a flex, you know, like, oh, I've raised my kid by myself, like my kid is this,
I've done it on my
you know?
back.
Exactly, like I'm an independent person, an independent individual. But you guys don't really know. According to Annie E. Cassie Foundation, this is a study, right? Children who are raised in a single parent home are more likely to face emotional and behavioral health challenges like aggression and engaging in high risk behaviors when compared to peers who are raised by married parents. Do you hear that? And it's studies. There's a lot of studies showing that, and we can see a lot of kids nowadays are having kids. A lot of kids are being born, and their parents are like in their 20s and 18 years old and so on, and they're not more likely to have that maturity level of helping that kid develop. You know, they don't have that wisdom, because a lot of time, you know, wisdom also developed through our age.
It does.
Like you can't
True.
just build up some. Yes, there's some people that have wisdom at
Through
a young
experiences,
age, you know,
yes.
but those young people who have wisdom, they're not just gonna have a kid just out of nowhere, you know, because they understand, if I'm having a kid, I want to have a kid when I'm at this age, when I'm not fooling around no more, because at a young age, 20 years old and so on, you still have that space where you want to have fun, you want to go out with
Enjoy
your
life.
friends.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you want to enjoy life.
Yep. And so, but let's focus more on Drea, because now it feels like, you know, we're talking about having kids outside of marriages, but with Drea though, like let's say Drea was within an African community. How do you think she would be treated? Huh?
Exiled. She would be exiled. She would be talked about, shamed, talked about and shamed, you know. Talking about the African community though, having a child out of wedlock or just having a child co-parenting, a lot of Africans, we emphasize on marriage and families and strong community. You know, that is the value of an African home. There's much more, but this is what I'm just gonna say so for right now. So anything outside of that, it would be shamed and talked about. But I have a conflict with the African community though, because we have to understand that things do happen. And I feel like once we are trying to exile a single mother, or we're now we're taking away the community that could have helped her, you know? And we're so community based, but when somebody is struggling and an incident happens, an accident happens, we don't come as a community to come and work with them. I see a flaw in that. Just saying, mama, papa.
No, that's true. You're actually making sense. When people tend to bash someone that have experienced an accident, let me say she has a boyfriend, boom, things happen, she gets pregnant. What I will actually say within our African community, what people should do is the parents should be more supportive, because there is the women do go through that stress. I don't know what's that, like that
postpartum depression.
Exactly, women do go through that. So if, for example, we're talking about single parents, so she get to have a child with this guy, and then this guy is a young dude and he just want to have fun, he don't want to be around, and then that's where the parents should just play a role, you know, just be there for that kid. Yes. Be there for your daughter. Make sure she's supported. Make sure that the main focus there is that the kid knows that, okay, my grandmother, my grandfather was there, you know. Don't throw her away and then bash her within community and then try to bring her back in, because right there you
have now put a seed of bitterness in your daughter or in your son's heart towards you. Because you were supposed to be a support system towards them, because a lot of these single fathers and single mothers are going to go through emotional anguish, you know what I mean? They're going to be going through financial burdens because now they're raising this child on their own, and doing anything by yourself. Yes, you're able to do it, but should you do it You know what I mean? Yes, we know that you're able to raise, like mom. I'm raised by basically by a single mother. You know, I was basically raised by a single mother. Yes, she did it. Hey, I'm here. I feel like I'm okay. You know, I'm still doing my thing. But should she have, you know, done it? Like, I wish she had, you know, because she was exiled. No, should I say that? No, I'm not gonna say too much information. But you know, those experiences are real. People need emotional support. You know, people need support in their lives. Definitely, if you're trying to raise a child on your own, it's a hard thing.
I know that's where I was trying to tell you when we had that conversation about Drea. I was like, man, if Drea was African, it's a wrap for her. You know, especially I mean she's a grown woman. She's 39 years old, and she's having a child
With the child.
with a child, and the child he's a stepfather of a child.
Can we really talk about it though? Like, let's just take away that he's an NBA player. The money's gone. Like, hearing the situation straight out, a 39-year-old woman who's having a child who's the same age as her own child. We were talking about this. If this was a female, how would we ostracize him? Would we be like, "Hey, you old and wicked man"?
Oh man, yo,
That's
I'm
a
just
girl.
saying,
You groomed her.
I'm just saying, like, that kid will never respect. I mean, if he wants, yes, he's gonna respect him, but he will never respect him. And I feel like that also, it brings shame to that woman's son, because think about this: it's a lot of bullies nowadays. You know, there's a lot of bullies, social media bullies, cyberbullying. There's in school bullying, like in person, where people can just bully you. There's people that can just talk about
Yes,
you. So
a
let
lot
me
of
say that
bullies.
kid goes to school, and his mom is trending for being impregnated by somebody that's as the same age as him. And now it's like, man, you know, like that kid will go through depression, you know, like he will go through depression. Now it's like, damn, bro, like, you know, you see everywhere he goes, sees on social media, my mom. Everywhere, my mom.
I have a question. So for men, I thought it was kind of like a cool point to be like, oh, I talked to an older female. Was there a point where it'd be like, oh, I got this girl who was mad older than me and I smashed?
I mean, for the guy that got his mom pregnant, of course he's a flex for him. He's feeling good. Yeah. I got this woman that used to fuck with Drake. Oh, she used to fuck with all these celebrities, and I'm the one that got her pregnant. You know, of course it's gonna be a flex for him. But if as a child that was, I mean, as a child who's that's my mom or whatever. Let me say it like
Child
that.
is self. The child is
Yeah,
self.
so for him, it's gonna be so embarrassing because it's not gonna be no flex, you know, because now it's like you're gonna be feeling some type of way because your stepfather is the same age as you, bro. Your stepfather is the same age as you. Your stepfather, you know, he's doing the same things you're doing.
You see him at the club.
He's at the club. He's messing with a lot of different women, and so on. So like, it's gonna hurt you, you know. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna always go to sleep thinking about what are these people on the outside world saying about me. You know, what are they saying about me? How are they gonna treat me? How are they gonna look at me? You know, because your mother have basically brought shame into your life. Some people might say, no, oh, it just happened. Let me say, I mean, okay, if it happened when the kid was young, you know, when her son was like, let's say 10 years old, 8 years old, that would be like more like, okay, there's that huge age gap where the kid might still grow up and I respect the dude and say, okay, this is my stepfather.
He's real young, yeah. Okay.
You know, but just being the same age, that's a different story, man. That's a different story, man. And next up,
Wait, just before that, I want to say to Drea and to Jalen, we want to say, yo, congratulations for having a child, because he seems very happy. He seems very happy about having this child with her. And yo, if you're happy, King, we're happy. Do your thing, you know, do your big one. Yeah, that's all.
Nah, man, I just feel like for Drea, I mean, congrats, because it's always a blessing to bring a new life
It is.
into
It's
this
still a
world.
blessing to bring a baby.
But at the end of the day, she just have to be careful who she's having kids with. I just feel like it was just money involved. Like she did it for the money, for the fame. I mean, she has her own money, good,
Her
but
own
at the end of the
clout.
day, you never know what she wants. Like probably she want more money. Some people say, oh, maybe she just wanted love. Because there's a lot of young dudes out here having sugar mamas and stuff. So maybe she wanted love. But the video says that we watched that she just want to have a kid. She will co-parent. She don't even have to date or whatever. She just want to have a kid. So
Yeah.
that's how I'm looking at it as of right now. So go ahead.
I just didn't think, but who am I to say what she thinks? But the way she said it was like, yeah, like if he co-parents and if I co-parent, like it would like just like so. It's not like that.
It's not like that, man.
Nah.
What did I even
It's a
say?
baby.
It's not like that, ma'am. It's not like that. But yeah, so next topic here, man. Let's talk about all these things that's going on. We've been talking about people having kids and so on. So there's a lot of things where some people are embracing toxic relationships where toxic baby mamas, toxic baby daddies, and so on. There's a lot of situations such as Blueface, the one girl, Krishan. There's situations where that girl, she's going viral. Sexy Red.
F my
She's going
baby
crazy.
dad.
Like,
F my
yeah,
baby.
exactly. And she's making songs like that. That's kind of like embracing that culture of disrespecting the mother of your kids or the father of your kids, And I feel like that's where I can say our community is doomed, man.
If we're gonna shame Sexy Red too, y'all, let's also shame the men who leave the mother of their child to be alone and to raise a child on their own.
Absolutely.
Yes.
If you a dude, man, let me say you're a guy and you decide to
Knock her up and
to
leave?
go ahead and sleep with this girl and have kids with her. Bro, you made that decision to do that, so
Shame.
don't leave her, man.
Shame.
I understand people break up. You might say, "Oh, maybe she's not the right one," but then why are you leaving that child like out of your life? Like, why are you doing that? That's where we say like a lot of people nowadays are just so selfish-minded. Where, a mother, a baby father, or a baby mom, whatever, they will find a babysitter just so that way they can go to a party, and turn up.
And enjoy themselves.
Enjoy themselves, forget about their kid, and then hide from their baby mom and their baby mom or baby father will have
whole
to go pick up the
situation,
kid, and
yeah.
so and
It gets messy.
it gets so messy. Now, like that kid is so confused. The kid is being put all over the place. The kid does not have a stable home where they can just lay in, wake up every day. The kid developed that mindset saying, "Oh, today I'm sleeping on my mom. Today I'm sleeping on my dad." And it's crazy. So I just feel like
It's not normal. But that's one thing I want to say. I'm going to say this now, but that should not be the norm. And we should not make it the norm. We shouldn't make it the norm. We should want stability in a home, not a stable environment. There should
Exactly.
be a stable home.
exactly, and stop being toxic, man. So let me say you have a kid with a woman. Stop trying to abuse that woman. You understand? Like, stop trying to abuse that woman. For the niggas that, excuse my language, but for the dudes,
The
that
guys, the men.
guys that gets to have a kid with the woman, or they impregnate a woman and then start putting their hands on that woman, bro, you know what you're doing, man. You know what you're doing. You're not just destroying her peace, but the kid that's inside the womb, the kid that's in the house, they're gonna grow up with being anxious. They're gonna grow up being having anxiety, like, which is anxious. They're gonna grow up just being traumatized. They won't like to be around people. They're gonna always feel like, okay, men are dangerous. Oh, these people are dangerous. Oh,
Yes. And it goes on to generation to
It builds up.
generation. And what does that become? A generational
curse, man.
Come on.
That's a freaking
It's going to become a
disease.
generational curse. And now your baby coming out boxing. Like, how your child already a boxer coming out the womb?
I mean, there's nothing wrong
It
being
don't-
a boxer, but like, let me say, a child start beating people outside. You know,
Yeah.
that's where the
Now
that's-
your child wants to fight. Every person in the first, now they kicked out of first grade. Now they got to go to, you know, they got to go to the little bad schools where kids.
special
always
ed. No, seriously, that's where the conversation comes from, Lord.
Lord.
If you're having a kid, man, and yes, you want to be single parent, make sure you're still available for that kid at whatever time. Make sure you respect your baby mom, your baby father. You know, make sure you respect them. And I don't really like that title, baby father, baby mother. I like saying like the father of your child, the mother of your child.
I
you know.
do agree.
Sounds more.
It's a bad connotation to
more
like baby
respectful.
father, baby mother.
Exactly. It's my baby daddy. And all this.
It sounds better saying the father of my child.
Exactly. And if you don't want to be with that woman, another thing I can say, bro, leave her alone if you want to move on and be with
Yeah,
somebody else.
let her get a new man. You guys
know?
are so controlling.
And they do that. A lot of those dudes do that. Like they try to get that woman pregnant so that they could be for
Be with her for-
themselves
yeah.
for the rest of their life. But if you're not trying to be in her life, then
What's not clicking, Steven?
yeah, why you out here getting her pregnant if you don't want to be in her life forever?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, women that get to have kids outside of marriage, they become single mothers. They will always become. They will always want someone in their lives. You know, like they want a man that's gonna cherish them, that's gonna be there for them because that's something that they're missing. So if you're not willing to be there, allow her to move on. Don't be that bitter baby father. Don't be that bitter person where now you're trying to cause so much drama, so much danger to her
And
life.
to talk about it, if you were not going to be the man that was going to show her unconditional love, you were not going to be there and help her through her pregnancy, you were not going to be that man that she was looking for, how dare you try to keep her captive to yourself? Shame on you. How dare you? Because as a man,
No, seriously, as a man, yeah. It's crazy stuff, man.
guys, this has to be a delusion at this point.
It's crazy stuff, man. Crazy. And there's a lot of bitter single mothers too.
Yeah, we were
You
talking about
know?
them too. Yeah.
Like the one that we were kind of like putting out that story together where this woman in Chicago.
Tell the story. Tell the
Oh,
story.
tell the story,
Ooh,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
juicy.
Juicy.
Right.
Juicy, man. A Chicago man got killed after his baby mom calls out his ops and allegedly drops his address. His baby mom went online and said, "My baby daddy got the wickedest ops. He just keeps coming home alive and untouched. And he snitch on half of y'all, and he robbed half of y'all. Anyways, he's not located at 4250 North Kimball. I repeat, he is not." And guess what? The next day, pow, man's was dead, man. Can you imagine? And I just feel like she was just a bitter baby mother. And I feel like she did that on purpose because she dropped that addy on purpose.
Ain't no way
She
you love him.
provoked the ops on purpose.
Like, I get it. Like, it was a camouflage. She lied. Like, I know in the words, she was like, oh, yeah, he untouchable. Yeah, she was saying that, but she still gave the address and was like, yeah, come and find him if you really about it. A girl that love you would not say, come around and come and find out and try to, let's see if you really got it on you. And now look, they really got it on him. And now he's gone off this earth and it's left. That's just terrible.
The kid is left without a
child
father.
without a father.
Now, what story are you gonna tell your kid? How did that kid's father get killed? It was your stupidity, man. Your stupidity, immaturity. Like you decided to go online with your big mouth and say what you said, and now look, the innocent man. I don't know if I'm not gonna say it's
Obviously, he ain't innocent because talking about opposition,
Yeah,
you got
he
to opt. You
robbing,
ain't no
yeah, and then she
robbing,
said that
killing.
robbing, and
Oh,
you know,
he ain't
so-
innocent. He got
but-
blood on his hand.
No, but at the end of the
But
day,
at the end of the day,
that's the father of your kid. You know,
why
like-
would you put him in that position?
Exactly. Which I feel like
Jail, straight to jail. Her, jail.
I feel like watch who you get to have babies with, man. Watch who you get to have your kids with. Especially not everybody wants to see you happy. So let me say, if they don't want to be with you, like I said, watch who you have kids with. So if they don't want to be with you, and you found them and they're peaceful, they know how to move on, perfect. Good luck. That's good for you. So just look for people like that. If you're not trying to have a long lasting relationship with someone after having a child with them, find someone that's gonna give you peace of mind, And we live also in a society. I mean, we live also actually in a land where you can have a kid. Two parents can have a kid, right? And let me say, you can't like move to a different state with that kid without that parent.
Oh, yes.
So
Without them agreeing.
So you also have to be careful. So if you want to be that type of person that want to move to different states, you want to start a new life, make sure you have a kid the proper way, bro.
Bro, because some people be bitter and they're going to be like, yeah, you stay in Buffalo all your life.
Exactly. You staying in Buffalo your whole life.
My child.
You can't even go to Canada. Some people might say, yeah, you can't even travel to Canada.
Try to kidnap my child. You just so
No, you can't even travel to Canada by yourself as a baby father.
Really?
You have to get a paper signed from your baby mom to give you permission to travel. Even a baby mom also has to get permission. No, that's what I heard. And I feel like it's true because they would think, oh, maybe they're running away. Maybe they're doing this.
Yes. Like, imagine, you guys, this is why to back around loop to co-parenting. You see, co-parenting can be such a struggle. We're not saying that co-parenting is like not an option that could be successful, but we're saying that it's the best option is to hopefully get married and raise a family in a nuclear home. It's just the mother, the father, the children's growing up so beautifully.
Exactly, man. So the whole point of today's conversation was basically, just to recap here, was basically to kind of like have a conversation that a lot of people are not willing to have. And it's a way for us to educate ourselves. I know we're not bashing those single mothers. We're not bashing those single fathers. But we're just trying to set up, we're just trying to bring an awareness where if you're going to have a kid with someone, make sure you're having a kid with the right person. You don't want to jeopardize your future. You don't want to jeopardize your peace, your happiness. You can have a kid with someone and still be happy, but choose carefully, And for these women that tend to just have kids with certain niggas, like, let me say, she would leave a guy that's pursuing his education to become a doctor and go and mess around with the gangbanger because he's bringing a quick cash. She's getting quick money. She is asking, babe, can you buy me? Can you do my nails? But the guy that's doing his schoolwork, he has a long-term goal, So, like, he's out there focused. I mean, he doesn't have that money just yet, but, he's going to have money. He's going to have money legally.
And then two ladies, I remember I was talking to a friend where he told me this is a young mindset. The love for a thrill. And the love for a thrill is such a real thing. Shout out to my guy. For real, but the danger, sometimes there's attractiveness that danger does brings. But we have to grow out this mindset as a community, as an African community, as the Black community. We need to, what is so, oh my goodness, guys, thrill is not the deal, okay? I think there's so much good men out here that are willing to provide for their family. But like, again, it's always long term. Let's look at the future instead of the lust and passions in our heart right now as a youth.
Exactly. And a lot of times, just so you know, one thing I'm going to say, these guys that really don't have nothing going on for themselves, they want to sell drugs, they want to gangbang, they want to do this, and you end up having a kid with them. First of all, you have to think, if this man is willing to put himself in danger every single day, he's willing to.
He loves the thrill, the chase.
Exactly. Like he's hiding from people trying to kill him, trying to destroy his life. Why put yourself in that category? You feel me? So now, as soon as you have a kid with this dude, it's either You know, I mean, his life is in danger already. So he might either go to jail, he might either die soon, or just something might happen to him where the kid might not have them in their lives. So you also have to be selfish with your own life and time, and also with your own uterus. You know, like understand, okay, this is the man that's gonna have my child, you know, and this man that's gonna have my child, he has morals, he has standards, you know, like he understands what's right, what's wrong. He's staying out of trouble, because now you're not just gonna be out there waiting for them jail calls, you know, once a week. You don't want that. You don't want that life.
You don't want that. You don't.
You don't want that life.
But same thing, we do understand the incidents do happen. Like, you know, my man's getting arrested. I'm like, oh man, he in jail. I'm gonna have to see you. But you know, but still, that shouldn't be the lifestyle we're seeking. We just should. It just shouldn't.
And niggas, bro, let me tell you, bro, if you mess around, you doing all this nonsense, and you get to have a kid with a woman, and you go to jail, and you're hoping that's gonna be the woman that you're gonna come to at home.
Some of them, they might be like, I'm going.
I'm sorry, bro, she's gone. First of all, when you're in jail and they tell you have this many years,
25 years to life.
she's gonna be
25 years to
another man.
life.
She's gonna be with another man. So I just want to let you know. So play well, man. Be a good person. Because she's gonna be with another man. Another man will be raising your child. Just think about that. Another man is raising your kid. Your kid knows that you're in jail. Your kid gonna feel bad. Your kid gonna be what is it? Gonna throw you away. Your kid gonna say my father was nothing. Like all he did was gang banging. He went to jail. He never took care of me.
That?
You
As
don't
a
want
legacy?
that. You don't want that. You don't want that, man.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So one thing I want to say though, like, so based on the conversation that we had today, go ahead and comment below. I mean, if you're a single mother, I highly recommend you comment below. Like, what is your take on this? Like, do you feel like you did the right thing? Do you feel like you're happy? Do you feel like the man that you have in your life is supporting you? Basically, what's your opinion on just being a single mother? And also, there's no wrong answer. We understand the circumstances that you're in. Like I said, we're not bashing nobody.
We're not bashing. We're opinionated. We're able to have our opinions.
Exactly.
We're willing to hear your opinions as well. Let us know how you feel about this, you know? We want to learn as much as, because, you know, I'm not a single mother. I don't even know. But your experiences can bring enlightenment to me where the next discussion could be different. You could bring more awareness, you know? Hey, your opinion is valid.
Your opinion is valid. And yeah, man, there you have it, man. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button.
And like, share, and comment.
And yeah, man, it's the ES. Oh, what the?
Chat podcast.
ESC. I like to say ESC sometimes because you got me used to saying ESC.
I like that.
You like ESC just to make it a
The
little
ESC, the ESC podcast.
ESC podcast.
Wow.
ESC podcast, man. There you have it, man. We outside. Let's go.
Deuces.
That
That was good.
right?
Hey, that was nice.